The name's Bond. James Bond. And in each and every one of the James Bond films, there's at least one thing that pisses me the f*** off. It was f***ing stirred. We are going through each and every single James Bond film, and I'm going to tell you something about each film that pisses me off. Dr.No, the first James Bond film. Now, a pretty decent Bond film, you know, consider it set the franchise up. One thing that pisses me off about Dr.No, Quarrel's death. James Bond treated Quarrel like shit throughout the whole film. But you know what? He had it coming. His death was... Quarrel's death is so bullshit. He sees a tank coming towards him and he just stands there and just then gets obliterated. He just stands there for a good 10 seconds. He could have moved. He could have ran. But no, he just stands there and just basically says, oh, just light me up as if it's the 4th of July. Come on. Quarrel's death pissed me off. From Russia with Love. Now, From Russia with Love is a pretty solid film. There's not too much things that really piss me off about this film. But the one thing that does is the plot itself. I don't quite understand. Maybe I'm just not intellectually. Or maybe I'm just a stupid idiot. But they want Bond dead, as he's got, like, Bond's the plot, basically. But they're not... I don't know if they want to kill him or not. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the plot's so confusing. There's so many times where he could have done... Well, I don't want to make this a running gag where... Oh, why did the film piss not because Bond could have died easily, but guess what? By the miracles of Jesus. But the plot of From Russia with Love is quite confusing. They send the Russian girl to just kill Bond or get information out of Bond, and then she's like, nah, forget that. They send it's basically Bond versus the blondes in this one. But I just don't quite understand the whole incentive. If you want Bond dead, then kill Bond. If you want him alive, then keep him alive. Like, I just don't quite understand what this... Well, it's the villains that piss me off. They just don't make any sense. But From Russia with Love, it's, you know, if it's just that, then nothing else really pisses me off. Goldfinger. Now, this is one of people's favourite films. One of mine, not my favourite James Bond film. We'll get to that later. But there's this one iconic scene in the film.
Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
In that scene, the way James Bond gets out of that bloody predicament is absolutely bullshit. He says...
You're forgetting one thing. If I fail to report, 008 replaces me.
I trust he will be more successful.
But he knows what I know.
You know nothing, Mr. Bond.
Operation Grand Slam, for instance.
Why does that matter? Why does it matter if 008 knows or not? I'm just thinking of how stupid Goldfinger is. Granted, he does have the most stupidest death ever.
You serious?
Goldfinger is so stupid. I'm picturing if I'm Goldfinger right now. Bond's just said 008 knows what he knows, i.e. Operation Grand Slam. If it's true, if 008 already knows about it, then Bond being alive or dead means squiggly diddly. Because if 008 already knows about it, I'm assuming he will go and tell the authorities, the British government, the American government, and the operation gets shut down anyway. It's not as if Goldfinger's like, oh, let's keep Bond alive so then 008 doesn't rattle. What, so you're saying 008's just chilling there like, oh, yeah, Bond's got this. I mean, I know everything, and I can tell all you lovely government officials every single detail, but nah, there won't be a f***ing movie if I did that. And then the opposite thing is if Bond is telling Paul Keys, he's telling Paul Keys, it don't f***ing matter, does it? Goldfinger should have just killed Bond there. Like, I know I don't want to make it a running gag of like how Bond gets out of shit, but this one's just stupid. Like, I don't understand how. Ugh. Thunderball. Absolutely love Thunderball. I love the theme song. I don't mind the story. I love all the characters in Thunderball. But the one thing that just rubs me up the wrong way is the f***ing ending. Picture the scene. They're on Largo's... on his yacht. And I don't know the guy's name, but someone helped them. Helped them escape, right? Helped the woman escape. And then Bond's like, oh, who's this guy? Oh, no, don't worry. He helped me escape. He's on our side. So then they get off Largo's yacht. That blows up. They get in a little dinghy.
I never learned to swim. Never too late to learn.
And then what do you think happens next? Do you think Bond calls for a nearby ship, like the government, to come pick him up? No. He flies off with the girl and leaves this poor man that's just helped them to die in the middle of the sea. Hell, Bond. Also, on top of that, how the fuck are they expected to get down as they flew off? Because they ain't got no parachutes. They're literally being dragged along by a plane. So how does they work that one out? How do they get out of that predicament? We don't know, but I guess it's because of some fucking magical carpet that we don't fucking see. You only live twice. One word, disguises. Bond's disguises throughout this whole fucking film are so bullshit. His first one he has, when he wears that COVID mask and gets in the back of the cab. That driver must be bloody Stevie Wonder because, oh my god, how can you not tell that's Bond? But the worst of all is his Japanese makeover. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of people are pissed off because, one, he don't look Japanese, two, it's a little bit racial. But I'm pissed off because, for some god knows reason, it fucking disappears. Where's it gone? I mean, there's another thing that also pisses me off about that film, and that's the fact that Blofeld has him at gunpoint and he literally has him point blank range and shoots his minion. Yeah, I don't want to... Oh, I know. Oh, you can't keep going on about how Bond escapes death, but come on. That one's taking the fucking piss. I mean, Blofeld's meant to be the big baddie of the whole bloody franchise, and he's got Bond right in fucking front of him. Just pull the trigger, you bastard. Oh, it gets on my nerves. On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Now, On Her Majesty's Secret Service has, I believe, one of the best scores in all of the Bond films. And it also has one of the most impactful and saddest moments in film. Obviously, I'm talking about Tracy's death. They've just recently been married. They're talking about having a family together. And then all of a sudden, Blofeld comes by. And then Tracy gets shot in the face. And George Lazenby, I give it credit to George Lazenby. He's never acted before, but he killed this scene in a good way. I really believed his emotion. I believe this was the first time Bond is actually genuinely sad. And a tear was almost going to come to my eye. I mean, especially when the copper knocks on the window and he says, "Oh, is everything alright?" He says, "It's quite alright, really. We have all the time in the world." Oh, beautiful. So then what pissed me off about this moment? The score is beautiful, nice, and brings a tear to your eye. And then you're thinking, how are they going to end it now? Are they going to play "We Have All the Time in the World"? I mean, Bond literally just said "We have all the time in the world." So it makes sense to play Louis Armstrong, right? What do they play? Oh! Oh my god. They really ruined that ending, didn't they? Just by putting a title song on. It could have been beautiful. It could have been something special. It could have been one of the most impactful endings in all of James Bond, and you fucked it. You fucked it at the last second. And I know you fucked it because years later, in No Time to Die, they do it right. They did it right. So I know this was a major backlash. And I'm still going on about it because I'm pissed. Just took that moment away. For what? I don't want to be hearing when I'm about to fucking cry. Oh. Me off.
Diamonds are forever.
Diamonds are forever. There's a couple things. We've obviously got Plenty Artois and the fact that she just dies. Even though in a deleted scene it explains why she was killed, but that's not what pissed me off about the film. Blofeld weren't fucking Blofeld in this film. Like he was the person they got to play Blofeld. This version of Blofeld just didn't feel like Blofeld. But that's not what pissed me off the most. What pissed me off the most, and I know it's another Bond escape in a stupid scenario, but this one, you can believe me why. This human being trapped, sealed in a coffin. The coffin is a bee's dick away from being lit up in the bloody furnace. And for some reason, God knows why, Bond escapes. And the thing is as well, the person that gets him out of it, he don't even f***ing like Bond. Oh, he's not even a Bond's pal. Bullshit.
Live and let die.
Live and Let Die, another Bond escaping near death, but this one is kind of, again, why are the bad guys so dumb? So the Bond's with an agent, he finds out, okay, she's not really telling the truth, and she runs away from Bond, only to get shot down. I don't even know, but by like this voodoo doll, right? Problem. Why couldn't a doll just shot Bond? Like, oh. They had no reason to shoot her. They had more reason to shoot Bond than her. And they shoot... Come on. There's also other things in this film that a lot of people feel like is a bit wrong. Is like how Bond lies and sleeps with, Jane Seymour. Yeah, that's also...
The man with the golden gun.
The man with the golden gun. Play the f***ing clip. I don't need to say more.
The spy who loved me.
The Spy Who Loved Me. Now, a lot of great moments in this film. I love Jaws, right? I love the ski jump at the start of the film. But with that ski jump, we find out that Bond kills Agent X's husband, fiance, whatever. The course of the film isn't really suggesting a lot of time has passed since the beginning to the end of the film, right? So you're telling me Agent X, right, forgives Bond just like that and then sleeps with him? Nah. I don't care if Bond's meant to be charming. How can she get over her husband so quickly? So quickly to then go and the man that killed him. Oh, it don't make any sense. She's meant to be an agent herself, so surely, being an agent, she can be in control of her own emotions. Yada, yada, yada. Moonraker. Now, a lot of people will say the whole film should be what I'm saying, but one thing about this film that pisses me off, so the woman in Drax's mansion, right, the one that helps Bond and gives him a little hint of where to look, she dies by getting mauled to death by a pack of dogs. While she is running away, she passes a buggy. Why don't you just get in the car and drive off? Granted, is the buggy fast enough to get away from the dogs? I'll rather take my chances in the buggy and then just kick the little shits out the door than just being mauled to death. For Your Eyes Only. The most underrated James Bond film in my opinion, right? And I believe it's not classed as one of the best because the prologue, right? The prologue shows Blofeld literally... Oh, God. Right, so Bond's stuck in a moving helicopter that somehow has a plane engine in it. In this helicopter, Blofeld's controlling it, right? So what do you think he does? Do you think he makes the helicopter go arse into a tree, into a building, just smash into the ground, blow it up? Nah. He just fiddles with the bloody joysticks for bloody 10 minutes to allow Bond to then get into the cockpit, take back control, and then kill Blofeld. Similar to You Only Live Twice, Blofeld is meant to be the main villain of the series, but for some God knows reason, he is so dumb and just doesn't know how to kill Bond when it's literally given to him on a silver platter.
Alright, keep your hair on.
Octopussy. Couple things. One is the fact that James Bond can change from being a 00 into a clown in less time it takes Superman to go from Clark Kent to Superman. But that's not all what pisses me off. The ending pisses me off. The whole plane box pisses me off. So with the plane, Bond and the love interest, Octopussy, they're all hanging on the cliff, and then the bad guy is in the plane and he just crashes right into the cliff. One engine is down. One engine. The other one's still working. I've seen plane documentaries. You can still pilot the plane. You can still pilot the plane. Or even not, even if both engines are down, you can glide. You can guide that thing safely down to the ground. No, what did you do? Fucking head first into a cliff. A View to a Kill. The 007, there's a grandfather in this one. That doesn't piss me off. One thing that did piss me off, but I can really I give it a bit of leeway, is when Mayday kills that guy in the back of the car wash. My thought is, how does he not see Mayday in the back seat? But you know, I'll give the benefit of the doubt. Probably Mayday's very sneaky. It's trying to show that her character's very like ninja-like. But the one thing they can't convince me that pisses me off is so dumb. It's so dumb. Stacy, near the end of the film, gets grabbed from a blimp. Max Zorin grabs her from a blimp. A big slow ass air balloon. That shit could just dodge. It's going like 5 miles an hour. Oh, that pissed me off so much. Just all she had to do was fall on the ground, roll, or just step away, step aside. But no, she just takes it. Oh my God! The Living Daylights, Timothy Dalton's first film. Okay, what pissed me off about Living Daylights is the not the final battle, but the fight on the cargo plane. Now, what pissed me off, right? Oh my god. So, Bond and the villain are both hanging from this cargo net that's hanging out of the plane. And then Bond's let all the bags go. And the bags all flying everywhere. And then the villain grabs Bond's shoe. Okay. You know, just try and yank Bond down. That's fine. And as he's grabbed his shoe, Bond takes out a little knife and cuts off his laces. And then, well, you know the rest. What pisses me off? He's literally on a cargo net. All he has to do is grab the net and he's still alive. He can still hold on. All he has to do is literally, it's not as if he can't reach it. He's bloody laying on the bastard. All he has to do is just grab it, grab the net and then just throw his shoe away. Why does he just take the shoe and, oh, it's so dumb.
License to kill, and you know I'm going straight for your heart.
License to Kill, a very good James Bond film. Now, the thing that pisses me off about this film happens in the prologue. Sanchez is away in a plane, and Bond and Felix catch up to this fucking plane in a helicopter. I'll say that again. Sanchez, who's in an actual plane, gets caught up by Bond in a helicopter. A helicopter catching up to a plane. You gotta be taking the piss.
Goldeneye, I found his weakness.
Goldeneye, Pierce Brosnan's debut as 007. And it's not really 007 that pisses me off, but it's 006 that pisses me off. Alec. One, his makeup's not always consistent, so I blame production for that, but that's not what really pisses me off. What really pisses me off is how he went out. Bond is knocked down the ladder or whatever, and he's hanging on to, he's for dear life, right? And Alec, he could just run away, off, and retreat, and then blah, blah, blah. But no, because, I don't know, maybe he feels like his dick not big enough. So he goes down to attack Bond, and because he goes down to attack Bond, he then gets his comeuppance. Why? He doesn't have to do that. He never had to do that. He could have thrown something at him. He could have found a gun somewhere, maybe. I don't f***ing know. And then just, oh. Tomorrow Never Dies. Another thing in the prologue that pisses me off. Bond is getting strangled whilst he is driving a jet. How does he get out of this one? Okay, he presses the ejector seat for the guy behind and he goes f***ing arse overboard. You're telling me a human being can penetrate another metal jet, like, and blow it up? How? How's that even physically possible? That's dumb. People give Live and Let Die for the fucking main villain blow up death. But that's taking the piss. How can he and a chair, alright, go on, he's got a bloody chair on him. How does that penetrate a bloody plane? How does it penetrate legit metal? It doesn't. It can't. It's physically impossible. The world is not enough. The world is not enough. Now, me and Bond have shared a similar trait in the fact that we both have really fucking injured our shoulders before. I know what it's like to have a shoulder that don't fucking work anymore. Bloody hurts. I know what it's like to have an injured shoulder. And you're telling me Bond is able to dodge explosions, parkour, fight, even have sex with a broken shoulder? I don't believe it. I remembered when my shoulder was broken. I couldn't get out of fucking bed. I was crying to get out of bed. Legit, every time I moved, I was crying. It hurt so much. And you're telling me Bond just casually just goes about his missions with a broken... Oh, piss off. Die Another Day is the fucking CGI. I don't really have to say no more. Especially when you've got scenes like this. It don't feel like a James Bond film. It feels like a knockoff Marvel with the amount of fucking CGI in it. It just ruined it for me. And that's what pissed me off about Die Another Day. Casino Royale. My favourite James Bond film. Oh, that last hand nearly killed me. What pissed me off about Casino Royale? Vesper. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Eva Green. I do love Eva Green. Oh, Eva Green. She could give me the Lashif treatment. Oh, and I'll still buy her a drink. Oh, damn. But what pisses me off about Vesper is the fact that she didn't tell Bond the truth. I don't know why. I can't tell you for the life of me why. All she had to say was, my boyfriend, my actual boyfriend, is in trouble with all these people, so that's why I'm doing this. What's Bond gonna say? Do you think Bond's gonna be like, boyfriend, you... Oh my god. The woman I'm shagging's already taken. No, he's not. Even Judi Dench. Judi Dench. Oh. Even M says, oh, we should pay more attention to our close friends. So they would have helped her anyway. So why didn't she say anything? I mean, it's not as if she's putting Bond's life in danger. He's fucking James Bond. And what's worse is that Bond goes through the next few films with this bitch on his mind. All she had to do was tell him the truth. Quantum of Solace, one of the most confusing James Bond films. Things that piss me off, the fact that when they jumped out of the plane and pulled the parachute last minute, yeah, you did. But the one thing that really does piss me off is the British M and her first. So there's these bad guys that are after them, and they don't know this organisation, but they, for some reason, are worried more about Bond than they are. Like they're saying, oh Bond, don't go out just killing all our enemies because because we care about you. No, you fucking don't. Bond is a killing machine. You know this. Why don't you just let him kill? Let him kill a random security guard even though the guy's innocent. Like, if Bond wants the enemy dead, I feel like you're just not doing anyone favours, Em, by trying to babysit him and trying to make him not kill anyone. Like trying to like put a leash on him. I mean, hell, you even think he's a hassle anyway. Might as well just let Bond get on with it, and if he dies, he dies, you know? Let the sky fall. Now, Skyfall is a very good James Bond film, and there's little to complain about it. Yes, you can talk about how Bond treats that woman and the fact that he doesn't care when she dies and all that schnaz. But the one thing that I'll say it pisses me off a little bit, but not too much. So Bond, you know, he's going to find this assassin guy, right? He sees him. He sees the guy, and the villain here is lining up a shot on this random guy in the office, right? He's there. He's about to shoot. Bond just watches all this go down, or just watches him take out this other guy. Like, didn't intervene once, didn't stop it. He could have prevented it. No, but you know why? Because when that guy shoots the other guy, then the woman is all his after that, isn't it? Spectre, I'm gonna have to say Mr. White's death. Fucking unnecessary. Of course, there's other things in the film, like when Bond's like, don't show it. Like, yeah, okay, not really a Bond character moment right there. Spectre as well is a pretty weak film, but yeah, that Mr. White kill himself doesn't make any fucking sense. No Time to Die. Now this is a film that's very nostalgic. It's kind of feeding off nostalgia for James Bond, which is not a bad thing, but it kind of like drains out it being a standalone Bond film, if you know what I mean. Now, what pisses me off about this film the most though, James Bond died. No, I'm joking. That was kind of like sweet. But what pisses me the most about someone's death in this film is Blofeld's death. Now, Blofeld, we spoke about him quite a bit in this video. The notorious James Bond villain. The James Bond villain. The top Johnny of James Bond villains, right? How does he go out? Maybe he gets blown to smithereens. Maybe Bond like swaps some sort of, I don't know, Bond like through clever puzzling and clever like manipulation, like he did in Casino Royale, you know, with the guy and the bomb and the truck. Yeah. Maybe he does something and Blofeld ends up killing himself, or maybe he gets thrown down a fucking chimney. I don't bloody know. But how does he die? Bond touches him.
You serious?
Bond strangles him for 1 second. It's not because fucking strangulation is not what killed him. This unknown genetically modified virus thing kills him. Oh, we don't even see it happen. We see Bond grab him, and yeah, we know it's been hinting this whole time because Bond touched her, and now he's got it, and he gives it to Blofeld, yada yada yada. We don't even see Blofeld's last words. You would at least thought he would have had like a very cheeky last word. No, he's just weak ass fucking death. Probably the most boring, the most lazy, the most, I mean, yeah, simple, fair enough, but just it's so bad. Like, why couldn't they just have Blofeld go out like a proper villain? Bullshit. It pisses me off. But with that said, that is every single James Bond film, something from each James Bond film that pisses me off. But let me know, did any of these scenarios, any of these things I mentioned today absolutely tear your fucking brains out? Also, let me know in the comments if there's any more things I've missed. Whatever pissed you off about a Bond film, Let me know what it was down in the comments below. Also, do you like musical theatre? Do you know what the greatest musical of all time is? Well, we've got two giants in Les Mis and Phantom going up against each other in this video here. Check it out to see which musical is the greatest musical of all time.